Ah, the pick conundrum. Some bass players think playing with a pick is total blasphemy, while others embrace the pick and wield it like a mighty sword, slicing through the thickest drum and guitar mixes like butter. I've never had a problem playing with a pick. Honestly, as I started doing more production and mixing, I can tell you that a pick sometimes is the secret ingredient that can make a bass track sit nicely in a mix full of distorted guitars and drums. So I just finished up a project where a couple of the songs involved playing the bass parts with a pick, and I started to wonder if I was using the right gauge pick for bass guitar. So why not record them all and find out which one feels and sounds the best? So I did, and we'll get into that in a second. When it comes to picks, there's lots of material options. Felt picks were popular back in the 60s and 70s and are still available today. As you can imagine, they have a super dull and warm attack. A nylon pick is super flexible and it produces a really warm and vintage tone, while celluloid picks are stiffer and produce a snappier, brighter tone. Dunlop is known for their Tortex picks. Made of Delrin, the Tortex is loud and bright and has a texture that a lot of players prefer. Another popular Dunlop pick is their Ultex series, which are even brighter than Tortex and they don't wear as quickly. Now for guitar, I typically grab a .73 Dunlop Ultex Sharp for hard rock guitar parts and a .73 Tortex if I'm playing something less aggressive or if I want less attack and more mid-range. Now for bass, I've always used a .73 Dunlop Tortex, but what is the right gauge for bass playing? I'd really like to know what you guys are using for a pick, so please leave a comment below. Now you'd think that thin picks produce a thinner tone and thicker picks are warmer, but let's put it to the test. I'll be using this Charvel DK bass with the EQ set flat and the pickup set in the middle. I'm also going to try to pick in the exact same location, and I'm going to try to use the same grip. Now there's lots of ways to hold a pick, and I tend to really choke up on it, whether I'm playing guitar or bass, and there's just a couple of millimeters extending out beyond my thumb and my forefinger. We're going to be testing 6 different gauges of Dunlop Tortex picks today, and I'll be playing the bass line from one of my upcoming releases. We'll listen for tonal differences between the different gauges, so let's go. I really thought the thinner picks were more quiet than the thicker picks, and the thinner picks also lacked a little bit of low frequency tone. That could also be attributed to the thicker pick really whacking the string, so there's more volume. Now as far as feel, the .5mm pick was pretty hard to control because it was just so thin. The .6 was surprising to me because it really had a decent tone, and it also felt pretty good. I definitely noticed I started to work harder with the 1mm and 1.14mm picks, so I think the .6 and the .73 felt the most comfortable and had really good string response and had good balance between the brightness of the attack and a really good low end. The heavier picks were so stiff that it felt like it slowed down my playing, and my arm and my wrist and my fingers were really having to do a lot of extra work. Now after a long day of recording or a long night on stage, that's bound to cause more fatigue. So what are your thoughts? What gauges did you prefer and what picks do you use? Maybe you're not a pick player at all and you just want to trash this video completely. Let me know in the comments. Hey, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care.